Okay, hello. I am live. Am I live on the internet? Yes, I am. Hello, welcome. I figured I would start with a song or a little guitar. Um, so that's what I'll do. It's early morning. It's 9 a.m. Looks like I'm a couple minutes late. Um, but I'm here. Good morning. Always knew I was looking, never thought I'd find what would make me whole. Never spent much time, and now there's something new I'm feeling here. Something good I wanna make it mine. She don't need to, but she still tries. I'm inspired by the look in her eyes. Good morning, Eric. She don't need to, but she still tries. And I'm inspired by the look in her eyes. I'm looking forward to our trip. I've always been the quiet one. There's been nothing to say. My mind keeps on racing with thoughts of her all day. And now there's something new I'm feeling here. Something good I wanna make it stay. I don't need to hear her say it shows in so many different ways. She don't need to, but she still tries. And I'm inspired by the look in her eyes. She don't need to, but she still tries. And I'm inspired by the look in her eyes. Hello, hello. Good morning, Eric. Thanks for saying hi. Yeah, I'm looking forward to we're gonna have a trip coming up to New Hampshire, and I'm looking forward to that. I just had the memories of the last time I went on that trip with everybody come up on my memories on social media, and it was really cool to see going fishing on the boat and having the big um, dinner over the fire pit and stuff like that, and playing guitar with Mark and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to the trip coming up. Good morning, everyone, and to those who are watching this later, because it's early morning. This is the Tuesday show. Every Tuesday, I do a live stream. Um, and I do one in the morning at 9 a.m. and I do one in the evening at 6 p.m. And I do the morning show mostly for the European audience who are kind of in that time zone and are not able to see the evening show because they're asleep. So the evening show has a lot more music. It's focused around music. But the morning show is not because I don't want to wake my neighbors, and I like being a good neighbor. And it's 9 in the morning, and these walls are paper thin, so I wouldn't want my neighbors playing loud music this early in the morning. So um, if I do play any songs, it will be a slower, more mellow, quieter version of the song. Um, but I do have a list of updates and things to talk about. Um, so if you're watching this later, this will be a lot of updates on my projects and things like that. So let me take some coffee. Cheers! Cheers to you. So I was going to talk about this week. I vlogged this past week, and normally I spend Monday editing the vlog and getting it ready and posting it. But I had some issues this week with the vlog, getting the files to transfer to the correct computer. So it took me basically, I had to do each file individually, one by one, rather than in one big batch. Oftentimes I just do one big batch and it uploads in while I'm sleeping. But that didn't work, and it didn't work last week either. So something's up with my computer and the way it's talking to my phone. Um, so yeah, I spent most of yesterday. That's all I did was just kind of sit here and upload each file one by one, and while I was doing other things. And so I did vlog this past week, and I'll probably be spending today and tomorrow editing the vlog, and it'll probably go live to the public tomorrow afternoon, I'm guessing. Yeah, so that's what the vlog. I'm not vlogging this week because I generally do every other week. It keeps me from burning out. When I was doing every week during the first year, I think I burned out 3 different times. um, but since I've been doing it every other week, I've been enjoying the vlog a lot more, and it allows me to put a little more thought into um, what I'm going to do with my week, and because I want to, you know, share some recovery stuff with you, so it really encourages me to do good things. So this week I had some wins, and what I mean by wins is I sent out a lot of opportunities, and I had some opportunities that I applied for, and I don't know if I'm going to get them. Um, but for me, it's a win for me just to send out the opportunity, the applications, or to send out the emails and to reach for these opportunities, whether I get them or not, you know, is almost irrelevant to getting a win. If I do something like that, then I feel like I've got a win under my belt. So this past week, I just felt like I needed some quick wins. I needed some things that I could do just to make me feel like I'm moving forward, because I felt kind of stagnant. And I wasn't working so much on my book, and I was kind of distracting myself with other things. But my distraction led to a lot of progress in other areas. Um, so one thing that happened last night, I was contacted by a publishing company, who learned about the book that I'm writing and offered me a lot of options in publishing. And we spoke on the phone, and it was very interesting. I don't know a lot about the publishing world, and so I wanted to talk to these people just so I know what kind of language we're talking. And like, I don't really know what to think about when publishing a book, and these people told me all different things that I wouldn't have thought of initially. Like, for instance, when publishing, there are many different formats that you need to format your book to different devices and international formats and things like that. Um, so I learned a little bit about by talking to this person about publishing my book, and that's probably like my first step forward in um, that arena. So I told them I would talk to him again next week, and the route that they want to go with publishing my book would cost a chunk of change. It would cost some money. Um, so I want to see what other routes there are, and I'm going to spend the week kind of focusing on that, and see how they compare to this publisher who reached out last night. Um, so that was a win that just came into me. I didn't have to send out for it. I suppose I sent out for it in a way because I've been talking about it publicly, and especially on YouTube, talking about the book and such. And I had that GoFundMe, so I am putting it out there in the universe. Um, so let's see. I got nominated for a couple awards, and I'll know about those in a couple months. One of them is the Social Health Awards, which is people who work in social media um, as peer specialists or caregivers and advocates, and I'm nominated as a advocacy trailblazer, and another award for through let's see, I have stuff written down, but I don't recognize something here. So another award through Mass Art, Massachusetts. Was it Massachusetts College of Art, for a local do-gooder award. it it has a better name than that, but it's something to that effect. It's like good doer or do-gooder or something like that. Yeah, so that's kind of a cool award. Um, and then I also applied to be a guest on multiple podcasts, 4 or 5 different podcasts that have to do with mental health. Um, so I thought that would be a really interesting thing to do, is to go on different podcasts. So those were kind of wins that I sent out there. I also reached out to my local, well, I guess it's the Boston Herald, which is the Boston newspaper. They did a story on me a couple years ago, and so I wrote to them to see if they wanted to do a follow-up story. I wrote to the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles Customer Relations to see if they wanted to collaborate in my vlog for when I go to through all the steps in getting my license back. Um, So these are all things that I just kind of sent out to the universe to see if anything would happen. And I figure if I send out 100 of them, maybe one or two of them will come back, and I'll get um, I'll have an opportunity. So it's I don't know if it's like casting a net and fishing or not, but it just seems like if I'm going for opportunities, I'm taking steps forward, and that makes me feel good. So earlier in the week, I was like, I want to feel good with some steps forward. There's some steps over here with my book that I don't want to take right now. Um, so what other steps forward can I take? Well, I can do some marketing because I generally don't like marketing. And when I'm avoiding something that I should be doing, I generally get done of all the things that I hate doing. And so I did some marketing, and I got a lot of marketing done this week. Let's look at my list here. So those are my recent wins, and how I'm also trying to um, get a little momentum, by sending these things out and writing these emails, and it gets me practice at doing it, and and it gives me practice at being my own assistant. As a musician and an artist and an advocate, you often have to be the creative, uh, the content creator. You have to be the CEO. You have to be the financial person, and you have to be the CFO, and you have to be the marketing person, and you have to do all that. And so you have to be your own assistant as well. And so this week I felt like I was my own assistant, and sending out all these emails and just telling my assistant self what to do. And mostly to avoid writing my book. But I tell you today, I am highly motivated in jumping back into writing my book. Probably after talking to that publisher and talking about an actual finished product, really kind of motivated me to jump back in and get back into writing it. So my next section I had here was to talk about collaborations in music. So Glimmer and I worked on Moonlight, and that was a lot of fun. So we're gonna hopefully one of these days make a video for the song Moonlight. That's a collaboration that's coming up. Also, I'm working on my next inspiration sessions, in which I will be interviewing and we'll get to know Glimmer a little better. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, um, Wednesday, I will be. This isn't really a collaboration, but someone who I used to collaborate with a lot. His name is Pete Crowley. He's a musician and a poet. He'll be featured at a poetry open mic, um, and I will be reading some stuff from my book at that open mic. It's Stone Soup Poetry. And if you want to find out about that, it's Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And to get it's over Zoom. So if you want to be in the Zoom meeting, you go to stonesouppoetry.blogspot.com, and the link is there. So that's Wednesday at 7 p.m. My friend Pete, and he and I used to do shows together a lot. He had a band called the Mirror Neurons, to which I played drums for a little while. I think I sat in on bass a couple times too. But I would open for them, and then they would open for me, and we would trade off opening for each other. We did that for a good number of years. But he has written a poetry book, and he's going to be featured tonight, Wednesday, so tomorrow. And he invited me to come read some of my book. So I'm prepping that today. So that's some collaborations going on. I mentioned inspiration sessions. That'll be fun. Um, this coming week, I'm hoping to start laying down tracks for the song that I wrote called "I Miss My Dog." Um, I'm just setting the goal to find the appropriate beats per minute and lay down the guitar tracks. If I can do that this week, I'll be pretty happy with myself. Let's see. Other creative projects. I am mailing out some artwork tomorrow. Wednesday is my mail out day. So if you're expecting artwork, it should be in the mail tomorrow. Um, I am brainstorming a new art series around empathy. If you can think of a visual expression of the word empathy, maybe put it in the comments below. I would love to hear what your expression of empathy would be. But I'm thinking of doing a visual series of expressions of empathy. I did do a new semicolon doodle in my book of many things here. I'll show it to you here. It's the word weird. These are my notes from the vlog, but while I was watching the vlog, I doodled this weird. Oh, all right. Let me take a sip of coffee. How's everybody doing this morning? It's a quiet morning today. Let's see what else I have here. Oh, audience voting. So pretty soon on my Patreon. Patreon is linked below, um, and is free. But I will be creating some sort of form for people on my Patreon, and or pretty much anyone who is a listener. And what it's going to list is it's going to list all my written songs. Um, and then it's either going to have a link to the video for that of me playing that song, or a link to a file of audio file. I'll try to make video files for all the songs, and then I'm gonna have people let me know by voting what songs they think I should concentrate to put on my next upcoming album. So what you would do is just leave a comment on that song saying, "Put this song on the album," and then I can review all the comments to see what songs, and I'll make some sort of chart or something that shows what songs were voted for and stuff like that. So, yep. Let's see, what else do we got? Did that. I'm working on thinking up some ideas for the past 3 or 4 years now. I've been in this national art competition through the Veterans Administration. They have a VA art show every year that's a national thing, and I usually enter in music performance, and then I enter in some art. Um, and this year, they asked me to enter in two pieces to the art, one a black and white and one a color, and it can be anything. But since it's the VA, I'm thinking I want to do something patriotic, and I just haven't thought of a good idea yet. So I'm kind of brainstorming that in my head. But I think I have a deadline of about a month, so I need to think of something and execute the artwork pretty quickly. I think for the black and white, I'm going to do a stipple drawing. Um, I don't know what I'm going to do for the color yet. I would like to take out my paints and do like a nice landscape or something. That would be fun. It would be very relaxing. I used to enjoy doing oil landscapes, but oil is kind of spendy. So I have so much acrylic paint here, and my neighbor Jeff wants me to paint and draw and paint him a dragon. Just any dragon. No specific details or anything. But the bigger the better, he said. I have this big roll of paper. He wants me to make one like from ceiling to floor dragon. But okay, let's see what else I have here on my list. Keep this train a moving. I wonder if I have, oh, I don't think I'm not streaming on Twitch. I forgot to check it off the box to stream on Twitch as well. I'm only streaming on YouTube. Oh, well. Live and learn. Okay. Minute. I've done all this. National Art Show, semicolon. Um, yeah, I'm still thinking of. I haven't been doing as much drawing as I want. I would like to. I have some sort of block that every time I sit down to start drawing, I kind of freeze up, and I think it's because of my imperfectionism. My imperfectionism, my perfectionism, and I don't want to just destroy a blank piece of paper. But doodling in my book here um, really helps. Although I noticed if I look at my last book of many things, there's every other page is drawing, and in this one here, it's there's not much drawing at all. I haven't done very much drawing in this book at all. Um, there's only like one or two little drawings, but my last book of many things, drawings everywhere. So this book is more organized, though. I have to say that. Hey, Megan, good to see you. Good morning. Where are we now? Voiceover. So I did a voiceover video. Some people were asking me to do voiceover. So I did a voiceover video called The Carnival Awaits. I don't know if you have watched it, but I'm thinking of doing more of those and maybe adding some guitar in the background. Let me know your thoughts on that, if that's the kind of content that interests you. Um, you know, it really only takes like one or two people to say yes, and then I do it. So let's see. I want to do voiceover things that are motivational, and I use motivational speeches in my day when I'm having a really bad day and I'm just not motivated at all. I don't want to do anything. I have no energy, but I really need to get stuff done and I really need to get up the ladder. Rather than putting on music, I'll put on a motivational speaker that I like. Um, who I often go to is a guy named Eddie Pinheiro, just because I like the stories that he tells, and he's not too harsh. You know, he's not like go get him, rah rah rah. He's nice and calm. He tells a nice story that makes sense, and it's a metaphor for motivation. You know, and so I will put those on, and they really help get me motivated and get me moving. So I would like to make some content like that. So um, let me know if that's something that interests you and you would like. And I'll start doing it, and all the stuff that I kind of do, I've never done before, and I don't really know how to do. I just start doing it and hope that it gets better. So just like I did the Carnival Awaits. It's my first kind of try at that, and immediately after uploading it, a day or two later, I realized, oh, that would be a lot nicer if there was guitar in the background. So, every time I do it, it'll change a little bit and be a little different, and hopefully get better. So, oh, my voice! I feel like my voice is a little hoarse. My voice is a pony. Um, I talked about that. Daily Grateful. This past week, I used my Daily Grateful as a tool. You'll see it in the vlog. I was going through a tough day, and I was going through some stuff, and I did my Daily Grateful. So I've been using that as a tool, and I really enjoy that. I was gonna do it today, and then I realized, well, I'm going live, so. Um, but I am really grateful today. I'm feeling very grateful today for the people in my life and my inner circle of people. Come to think of it, we should give Kay a wake up text. Say, hey, what are you doing? In the morning, I send different people a text that says cheers. People in my inner circle. Um, so I was going to talk about this long-term goal that I have. And it is like, it's kind of end game long-term, like way off in the distance. But um, it kind of started with a friend of mine who lives in Europe, and her name is Marta. And we worked together for a few years on this thing called the Neurodivergence Gallery. And it was it was the thing where Marta would go to a coffee shop in Germany, where she was in Germany, and she would put up a little sign that says, "Ask me about schizophrenia," and or talk to someone with schizophrenia or learn about schizophrenia, and she would make herself available for people who wanted to talk to someone with schizophrenia and get firsthand knowledge. And um, so I connected with her, and she started putting this book together, and she started a website, and she called it the Neurodivergence Gallery. And we connected on Instagram, and I am in the book, and one of my drawings is, or two of my drawings is in the book, and but I helped her create and produce this book through doing concerts and stuff. We raised money and we made this book, and it's like a coffee table book of various expressions by people who are neurodivergent, um, and then we haven't done much with it since, and but it's always been kind of in my mind, um, and so I've been thinking about, in the long term, something that I would really like to do is to create a physical gallery um, that exhibits people who are neurodivergent, and shows different types of, not just artwork, but different types of expressions, because neurodivergent people can be very outside the box. And so I want this kind of gallery to be able to showcase outside of the box expressions. Um, and then to turn that gallery into a museum of showcasing neurodivergent people in their creations and expressions of neurodivergence. Um, so that's kind of something that I kind of point my path towards when I look down the road. Um, yeah. But I don't think I have talked about that on here. So I was thinking of picking up the guitar, playing a song. I think my voice is a little off this morning. I don't know. Check my tuning real quick. I might be tired, but I've been tired before. It's not my first time. I made my way back from the floor. harder I fall. I forget what I'm fighting for, and I might be down, but I've been down before. It's gonna be a fight, but I've been a fighter before. It's not my first time in battle, but now I am at war, where I get beaten down, battered and sore. I can be a fighter where I couldn't before. It might be dark, but I found my way before. Though I can see no light, my feet recognize this floor, where it's weathered and worn. It's the path that I look for, and it's a damn hard time, but I was hard done before. And I might be down, but I've been down before. It's not my first time in battle, but now I am at war. And the harder I climb, the more I'm fighting for, and I might be tired, but I will climb until I soar. I might be tired, but I will climb until I soar. I will climb until I soar. Hey. Well, thanks for tuning in to my Tuesday show, and I will see you at 6 p.m. live tonight, um, and I will do more music tonight. Uh, this morning is just kind of a check-in, let you know what's going on and what's happening, and so I will see you soon. And I'm gonna get working on the video, on the vlog, and editing the vlog. So that's the rest of my day. I also have some meetings today and stuff, but throughout my day I'll be editing the vlog, and hopefully it'll be up tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks to all you who are watching this later. Be sure to leave a little note in the comment and say hi. Give me your thoughts. So talk to you soon. Bye.